I'll let you have the floor and we'll just go ahead and get into it. I know people are probably wondering what we're talking about.
Okay. But pretty much what we was going over is it's been maybe a week, maybe a week or two ago, but it was two women arguing with another lady on Facebook Live, and they was recording it. They was recording the argument. Anyway, one thing led to another. They went over to the woman's house. It was in Mississippi, and the lady came out the house, told the women to get off of her truck. They didn't do it, and she came out there and shot both of the women dead. They died going towards the hospital. So the two women that died were cousins. It was horrible, but it was all recorded on Facebook. So it's a lot of people that I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but some people use Facebook to go live and to try to stunt or whatever like that. But everything shouldn't be recorded. I mean, she shot that girl. The whole phone came out of her hand, and she went to the ground. And everything was being recorded. So I mean, far as I know, it was an argument going on prior to that happening. But in my in my in my opinion, you don't come on nobody's property and to fight or as a threat. You know what I mean? And definitely, if it was an argument, the girl that shot the two women, she felt threatened. She felt threatened. So it's just a sad case. And from what I'm told, it was considered self defense because it was all recorded. So I don't know. I mean, tell me what you think about it. I mean, it's.
I did get a chance to watch a short clip. Might have been the same one you watched. Uh, what I saw, there was a child next to the young lady. Not sure how old she was. Um, where do you really begin with this? Right, the story starts off. There's a dispute between them on social media. How do we get to two women pulling up someone else's property? How does the argument take place? How does an argument online constitute two adult women getting in their vehicle, driving all the way to someone's location with the intention to cause bodily harm? What 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 has to go through your mind to go back and forth with someone online? And I'm speaking on all three parties, not just the two cousins, but the lady, that also fired the fatal shot. How do you get to this point to where this happens? Why does this have to happen?
And let me add this on there. Um, this was April. Okay, the shooting happened on April 25th. If and because of social media, they went back on a post that all three of them was commenting on in March. So it's crazy how all three of them knew each other. Two of them, the two women that got killed, were cousins. They was related. They were cousins, and they were all cool the month prior on a social media post. So it's crazy how the internet, is fucking up people's lives like that. It's terrible. And I mean, it was only like a few weeks in between the shoot, and because they knew each other, they knew what of course they was familiar with her. They knew where she lived at and everything like that. And for everything to just turn upside down like that is crazy. And like you said, you saw the video. I mean, Shots was fired while the kid was standing there. You know, standing outside. So the kid was present when these shots was fired. So most likely, he probably saw these women bleed. It's it's a sick world, man. And once again, social media is the root of all this. Somehow, some way, people get all hyped up, over live, and it's just not it's just not the way it was done back in the day. This is yeah, this is completely wrong, completely disgusting. It was disgusting to see that.
How do, I, I don't even, like I said, I really just don't understand me just basing it off of the information that I have and what you're telling me. You're cool with these people a month prior, then things turn south at some point. That kind of tells me that things probably weren't all that great even before that. Me just judging off of what I'm hearing. It maybe I'm wrong, but does it necessarily take a lot for someone to pull the trigger? I would think that you would have some, degree of restraint. If it comes to you defending yourself and you feel like your life is on the line and you have no other option but to use that type of force, I get it. But to shoot somebody in front of a child, you have to have had some resentment, some built up anger. That doesn't just come from a couple of arguments, a couple of text messages, a couple of disagreements over a period of weeks. You had to have had that inside for a while. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to believe that you argue with someone for a couple of months on the line. First of all, we grown. We're all adults. Why are we arguing online? Why are we going back and forth with people online? How do we get to a place where we're getting angry over text messages? We're getting angry over words, jealousy, envy, whatever the case may have been with their situation. I don't know if it was well. Let me rephrase that. I ain't gonna say I don't know what it was. Whatever it was, it still didn't warrant for these people to lose their lives. And heaven forbid these children grow up, traumatized by what they saw because they did not need to see that. And woman who pulled the trigger, the woman who pulled the trigger should have known better. She should have had cognitive reasoning to say, I don't like these two people. They're probably threatening bodily harm. And I understand what type of situation I'm in. I need to think about the safety of these kids that's in my possessions right now. These are my priorities. These are the ones that matter to me the most. I need to make sure that they're okay. What's the best course of action to take here? What do I need to do to make sure that they are okay? But I gotta call bull on that because at the same time, even you knowing that well, at least you're supposed to have common sense and know that you're a fucking parent or whatever the case is. You should already know that shit to begin with. But even getting before the point to where they pulled up, why are you arguing with these ladies online in the first place? That's one of the things about social media I don't really rock with. It's too much drama. It's too much
drama.
Yeah, like you got people trolling, you got people who, harassing, and it's just a whole bunch of nonsense. It's just like high school all over again.
For grown folks.
Right. But she should have known better off the jump. Like, I don't understand how people don't get it. When you feed negativity, all you get back is negativity. Why are you arguing with these two? Why are you egging them on? Well, however the case may be. Now, rest in peace, and my condolences to those ladies' families. But at the same time, we gotta be real with this shit on folk. And why were they arguing with her? How did it get to the point where they're threatening her and they want to pull up to her and do harm to her?
I mean, those two ladies that died, they were mothers. They had kids of their own. That right there is heartbreaking. You know, for mothers to lose their life like that, and you're a mother. You know what I'm saying? You got kids that want to see you. They're not gonna have that long no more. Or something senseless and something that was influential like social media. Because I think the hype behind it is the reason why they went over there. They was kind of juiced up. Now, the three of these ladies, they was familiar with each other. Like I said, they had comments. They probably hung out together most likely. The lady, like you said, the lady that was defending her turf. Because when you come up on somebody's property, though, you know that's serious. You know what I'm saying? And the proof was it was getting recorded that they were arguing prior to the shoot. Now, do I agree for her to kill them like that? No. All she had to do was get the kids out the way and get them peoples removed off her property. Now, the two women wasn't armed. That's the reason why that I can't justify her doing that. If they was armed, or you took the risk of them even being armed, it was two of them. So let's just say you trying to scare them with yours, and they was armed. Who you think would have won that? You see what I'm saying? You had a kid standing out in the yard. If those two women were armed and y'all been arguing and you come out trying to do that, who you think would have won that? It would have went another way. And it would have probably been a little worse because you couldn't even get the kids out the way all the way before you took them shots at them ladies. So you could have risked getting your kid killed doing that. So that was irresponsible as a mother. That was irresponsible as a parent that you are. You didn't have to go that route. The two women were not armed. They came over there. That's one. Far as you fighting them and all of that or whatever, y'all was arguing on social media. whatever the buzz was could have been squashed. It could have been because at some point all of y'all got along. That's what make it so silly. All of y'all had hung out before prior to this. Y'all had prior engagements that led up into this beef that y'all had on social media, and the shit could have been avoided. It was senseless. It was irresponsible, and it was just something that could have been avoided. If people just take time to think before they act, people don't got to go out like this. You know what I'm saying? And the women that drove over there, they was irresponsible too, because you know you got kids. You see what I'm saying? You trying to go over there to intimidate somebody, and then she come out and take your life like that. It was senseless. And I think social media is a influence, and it's killing the young people. You know, it's really killing the young people because it just does something that takes over their mind. They don't have it stops them from using good judgment and character and wisdom, and they don't have no morals or nothing when it comes to these situations. They just act, and they act because it's like an ego thing or something. You know what I mean? It's crazy, and everybody been traumatized by something like that. A senseless act. Yeah, she killed both of those women, and it was just, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of seeing stuff like that myself.
A lot of this shit comes down to emotions. Folks be in their feelings too much. People not using this enough.
Yeah.
Everything triggers us, and people try to front like words don't hurt. But if words didn't really bother people, why is this happening right now? Why are we here right now?
Yes, I agree. I agree with your comment. Yeah, you can't blame social media for these actions. They are all grown, and I agree with what you said. They all grown, and they should take responsibility, you know, for their actions. 100 on that one. You know, it's just that, you know, social media it's still it's still a big front. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. People do a little extra because of social media. That's all it is. It's not real.
I don't think, and we've talked about the positive, the negative of social media before.
Right.
God and the devil has a hand in social media, but Satan particularly uses this a lot. I know I'm certain of it. The platform itself can be used for great things, or it can be used for terrible and great demonic things, and it's pretty much clear evidence if you're actively using these platforms. You've seen things that you wish you could get out of your head. But what happens is you have a endless world of limitless opportunities to live out your most fucked up fantasy through a portal that can take you anywhere that you couldn't go physically if you're not financially capable. If you have weaknesses, if you have things that you desire and you secretly lust after, this platform form can take you down a hole that you will never come from. But if you're, trying to do something good with it, there's that other flip side with with people who do Facebook and record violence and do all of that stuff, man. Humans are just humans. I can look at you or I can look at Lynn and, you know, you could be just regular people just living life. You might have your things and your days and you might have your sins and quirks about you, but you're not, you know, advertising it every day with comments and likes. With them, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the story is behind it. I don't know how deep that goes with their relationship. It's sad. It's very unfortunate. But we do definitely have to take responsibility for our own actions. All three of them, think about this. Before that happened, all three of them were in their own home. Let that sink in. They were all in their own respective places. They could have stayed where they were. None of this had to happen. Your parents, you should understand the importance of your act. All of this could have been avoided if just staying in the house, just saying this isn't working. Let me take another route, another direct. Maybe we can figure out another alternative to avoid these type of situations. But instead, ego, pride, maybe the environment did something to them. Maybe their upbringing did something to them. Maybe their way of living wasn't the same as everybody else's, and they chose the ignorant route, the less beneficial route.
What do you think? The lady that took the lives of those women. Do you think she should just go to jail for that scene? Would you put her in jail for that act?
In my personal opinion, she needs to be held accountable to a degree. Yes. Now, what extent? I don't have everything in front of me. I don't know all of the information to say give her life or give her this or give her that.
I mean, on one hand, you got her defending her property, though. I mean, that you got to look at that part too. It was an argument prior to the shooting, and they did come to her house. That is a threat when you do that. Those two women did take that action and come to her house, so I got to look at that part too. But at the end of the day, I would say lock her up just because of her actions to, I guess, to defend her property or whatever the beef was. You still endangered your children. It was children out there. It was young kids. They saw a heinous act. They could have got killed. Like I said, if those two women came there with the same mindset as she had when they got to her house, it could have went the other way. They could have killed her, possibly her children that was there. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's why I would lock her ass up for that. Because you took a chance with your life, with your kids' life, over a Facebook argument that was on live. It was crazy. You did that. You let your emotions get the best of you, and you could have lost your damn life, but you end up taking theirs. You see what I'm saying? So
They they
that's
they
why
they,
I would lock her ass up for that.
look. I'm not saying she shouldn't be held accountable. What I'm saying is until I know the full scope of, like, if you're looking at it from a judicial standpoint, you're a prosecutor or you're a judge, and you have to proceed over the case to give the most accurate sentence or uh, uh, make
Yeah,
the
she
best
could have.
production out of it. You have to have all of the evidence right there.
That comment just posted, she could have. That would have been the proper way to handle it. To call the police. I mean, like I say, these women that got killed, they were not armed. When she came out there, she had the complete advantage over both of these women, and she murdered them. She murdered them right there.
I'm,
So yeah,
and then,
because
and I'm
because of that, because of because they if they was coming with some type of force, it was more of some intimidation type. We had an argument off the Facebook Live. Um, I want to see what's going on. I want to see if you about that life. And unfortunately, whether you on live or not, it's really people about that life. She didn't give a damn that she had that. She knew she had the gun in there. She was at her home, and being as though she was at her home, you ever heard of home field advantage? Her ass had home field advantage. Y'all left y'all home field and came on the road. Home field advantage is home field advantage. Home field advantage meaning uh, I can protect my home too if I got to. It's just that comment right there. She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to take it to that level because because those two women that came over there were not strangers. You did know them. You see what I'm saying? You knew them prior to this incident. Y'all got history, and for you to come out there and do them like that, that's crazy. Most likely, if you knew these women, you knew they didn't have no weapons when you did them like that. That's why you came out because you knew. You see what
but
I'm saying?
there's there's two different scenarios that I'm looking at. One thing you pointed out was the fact that they only sat on the car. They didn't come to the front door. I'm
I
looking
mean,
at
she did.
that.
She did tell them to get off of her property. She did. She did tell them that prior to the shots. She asked them to get off. They didn't move. They kept on recording and I guess talking shit back to her or something like that. Then the woman asked the kids to move out the way to go in the house. They were outside. It was still one in the video. If you look at the video, you can see it. But then that's when she told that kid to, y'all need to go in. She already had it in her mind what she was about to do because now she knows now that she's about to do what she's about to do. So to me that was premeditated. You knew you was gonna shoot these women at that point. At that, if you hear what she said, you before the shots went off, she knew that she was gonna do that. She
And to
knew it.
be honest, yeah, she knew the minute that they said they was gonna pull up.
And I don't think
That's that's
I don't think she would have took the shots if they would have just left. You see what I'm saying? They did come to her house and all of that, and it was an argument. But if you asking them to get off her truck, they didn't get off the truck. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so she used excessive force, and she decided to kill these women. It was a meaningful kill. She meant to kill them. It wasn't no wound. She killed them women, and she put it in her mind that that's what she was going to do. And because you had kids present, that's why I would lock her ass up for that. For that, because it was kids present. They saw it. They saw you murder somebody. Yeah, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Now fighting, that's still domestic violence if they wanted to fight, but nobody had to get shot though. That's different.
Well, she ain't want to get her ass whooped. So I can see that, and you got two people coming to confront you. Yeah, I
I,
understand you don't want
I mean, but
that.
but by Miss Lindsay, if she just would have stayed her ass in the house, you wouldn't have
Yeah,
had to get your ass whipped. You
yeah.
wouldn't
All
have
she
got
wanted to do
your
was
ass whipped. It's your house.
she. I'm telling you, they had issues way before that argument. Because a lot of times with females, they'll be catty to each other and secretly smile in each other's face and act like they cool, but be
And
really hating
plotting,
each other.
plotting, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that she already had it in her mind, you know,
Dudes do the same
that
shit, bro. Dudes do that shit too.
I'm I'm not saying that they don't, but we're talking about specific case where she could have stayed in the house and called the police. It was just simple as that. That's why I said everybody could have just stayed home. Nobody had to leave the house. It wasn't that deep. You could have stayed on your property. They could have stayed on their property. You could have got the authorities involved. Say, look, such and such is harassing me on the internet. I'm getting threatening messages, phone calls. You could have took it to
But
litigation.
if you tell somebody, but listen, if you put yourself in that position, right? You know, we just talking about our generation and all that. If you tell someone that, you know, it ain't got to be Facebook Live. I'm just saying if someone tells you y'all get into a argument or whatever like that, it can be on the phone, whatever. Like, all right, somebody say, all right, man, we'll just, pull up then. Or somebody say, I'm about to pull up. I'm on my way. I'm gonna come holler at you. And they actually do that shit. Like they actually come, where you at, and in your mind, because you already at your crib, right? You get to prepare for that ass. See what I'm saying?
How about
Because you
does
already on
how
defense.
how
If
how
somebody come to
how
you, that's defense.
how prepared can you be for something you don't know coming?
It's
I
a it.
mean, look at it this way. She knows them. She
Mm-hmm.
don't know she don't know what they got though.
I
Let me
understand that. Yeah.
let me remix. I know you. I don't know what you got. I don't know who you know. I don't know what you're bringing to my property. You could air out the whole house. You might got something larger than what I got. You don't really know. You can be as prepared as you want. You can't prepare for stray bullets flying everywhere. You can't prepare for how you're going to protect your kids if someone decides that they're just going to start airing out your property. They didn't even have to come to her front. They could have just pulled out something and just started firing randomly everywhere until they hit something. They could have surrounded the house. I mean, you really don't know, but again, she could have, all this could have just been done differently if they would have just used their head
Exactly.
and not know, like, I don't understand why that's so difficult. Well, I'm definitely going to call the police if I feel my life is in danger. Yes. But I don't know,
Because
man. Everybody,
you gotta look at it like this as well. I'm not justifying her killing them women like that. I'm just saying if in an altercation of an argument, most times the argument normally happens before physicality happens. So if you arguing and somebody don't pipe down, the next step is to take it to another level. That's normally what happens. I'm just saying. If people can't get it together with the words, then it go to another level. Because it get to a point where we not talking no more. What's up? So I'm just saying, once they came over there, they already had an argument prior to them coming over there, which made them come see her for whatever words that was said between the both of the parties, whatever words that was said. So she felt threatened when they came on her property. Now they didn't come with guns, but they showed up like they said. So it's like, why we still rapping? There ain't nothing to really keep rapping about at that point because we didn't already argued on the live. So what we about to do? See what I'm saying? Police could have been called, but the next step, I'm just pointing out the next step after you argue is actions being taken. Now they could have just fought it out, or the authorities could have called or something like that. But them women was not armed. She decided to protect her property by killing these women. That, that was her decision. It don't make it right. It's not right. She could have handled it another way, but that's no. I'm just saying that's how altercations normally go step from step.
you and then I mean, you got. I guess you're gonna have to factor in also. I'm sure they will the laws and particular states. Are they able to? Because if you're able to defend your property and you know if someone trespasses, that's going to be a whole entirely different.
Because if somebody comes into your home, let's just say they break in and they don't have a weapon, which you don't like you said, you're not going to know that, right? So if they break your glass window, come through your window or something like that,
Oh
invade your
no,
home,
it's a wrap.
and you have a weapon and they don't. I mean, would you feel like you should go to jail if you aim them
Oh
out?
no, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. If I hear anything that sounds like someone's breaking in, you're done.
That's the line.
You're done.
But I just want to get that point across. That's the line right there of you're invading my space. You're invading my. We had the discussion with the teacher and the student. You know, they were arguing over a phone, but once the student closed the gap and came in her space, what happened after that? It was a fight. A fight happened. You see what I'm saying? It was okay when we was exchanging words, but once you come in my space, you see what I'm saying? Once somebody come in your house, what do we talk about after that? Ain't no more words. That's what I'm trying to get. What no more words. They made the action and came to the lady house. You see what I'm saying? We already argued about it. Now you gonna come see me? So what's next? So I mean that's what I was trying to say, that the line got to be drawn somewhere. You can't just do that to everybody.
there's a lot of factors that's going to play into this. I don't know how that case is going to go. I would definitely have to
All right,
follow up.
let me say this: would it be considered? Would that situation be considered self-defense if the women were armed? How about that? Would she get off scot-free if them women were armed and she did that to them women? Will it be open and shut? It'd be over. She just drew her gun before they drew their guns. A situation like that, will she get off?
I would think so.
So the key factor is that she murdered unarmed women. She murdered them. That's what that was.
Was they on her property or just on her car?
It's hers. That's her property. She said get off of her truck. They came to her residence. I mean, is it a difference between sitting on a vehicle or they opening her door, coming in there?
I think it is.
So that's more. You'll feel more threatened if they carried it like that.
Because if you're on my foot and you're trying to bust my house, I ain't got no choice. I ain't got no choice but to make a split decision. You don't have time to really think about what you're going to do. You only got but so much time to dial 911. There's so much time to bust your house. Now, with someone being on your car, just sitting there running their mouth,
and let's say this. Let's factor this in. They did come to her house, right? I'm not saying all cases, but most cases, if they was going to do something to her, right, why would they do it while all them kids was right there? Or would you say they don't give a fuck? They just do it.
Some people don't care. I've seen videos. It was a lady that killed her baby father in front of her son. He was in the back seat. She shot him in the head.
Was it an accident?
No. She was mad that he cheated on her. She pulled up on him. And her friend was recording.
She did it right in front of her kid.
Yeah. He was in the back. He was in the back driver's seat. He pulled up. Her friend was recording, and she shot him twice in the head. And then she got back in the car. They seen recording and left. People really do that, and don't have no remorse or conscience about it. So yeah. I mean, look, I'm not condoning violence.
They didn't leave her property. They didn't leave her property though. I'm not saying they busted her house. I'm just saying if you look at it back, they said she told them to get up. She tried to warn them first. They didn't move. The ladies did not move.
Go ahead, I'm still here.
Yeah, she did warn the women at first. They didn't want to take heed. They didn't move, and she told the kids to come get out the way, come in, and that's when she knew what she was going to do to them at that point.
So hold up real quick for the people that's watching. I got my other device right here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but I'm gonna play this quick clip. I hope I don't get canceled for playing this in here, just so you get the understanding of what we're talking about.
It's a risk. It's a risk. Turn it sideways. There you go. There you go. Yeah, we can't hear nothing.
Yeah, I ain't know if we was gonna be able to hear that or not.
No, we couldn't
I
hear
just
it.
want to try to get a visual idea of what we were actually seeing when this.
Yeah, that was in broad day too.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you got a right to protect your property?
I mean, well, in that case, absolutely. But then,
If
if I'm a
somebody's
lawyer,
sitting on your car, if somebody's
if I'm
sitting on your car,
but hold up, because if we're in court and I'm a lawyer, I got to look through all of the Facebook conversations. I got to look through text messages. I got to look through phone records. I got to trace all of this back to where it began. Who actually provoked me? Where did this originate from?
yeah, they are. It's being investigated from the history because it was on a live. It is reported that it's been an investigation on the history of the because they turned they was friends on there, so they turned frenemies. It was like frenemies. You know what I'm saying? They knew the location of where the lady stayed at and all that. So yeah, they looking at the history of their interactions and stuff and seeing they trying to trace everything to see what led up to that. But
I mean,
the issue is could we do everything possible to prevent something fatal like that from happening, even in an altercation or a misunderstanding? We gotta be wiser. Like
where do Lynn just brought up a point. I'm gonna ask you, and I'm gonna ask them, whoever's watching. Where do we draw the line? How far are we supposed to allow possible danger to go before it's okay for us to take action? Because what I might think is life threatening might not be life threatening, or vice versa. It might not seem serious. It might not even be serious at all. But how do you?
let me point this out, and it's like I said, it's not right that them two women lost their lives. Let me put that on the table first. But let's be real. Let's be 100 real quick. Most people, if they know they got an advantage with that gun, they gonna take it. They gonna take their shot. They not gonna risk taking the loss like that. That's how it is in this real world. They not gonna do that. They're gonna use that is the primary decision for most people that got their advantage like that. So I mean, if we talking about back in the day, do I think that was the rules back then? The way they used to handle altercation? Hell no. You know, they used to square up and may the best man or woman win, and then everybody go home. But that's not our reality no more. That's how they handle altercations. But people stayed alive though. That's the difference between then and now. People stayed alive handling it that way, and people don't understand. People don't value life. That's what's fucked up with social media. Social media does play a role in people not valuing their own life out here. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, people's not gonna play fair. They're not gonna play fair with you if they got that advantage.
Yeah,
Why?
I'm not.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you get in an altercation and somebody has that, they're not thinking to fight you first. That's what I'm trying to put across. That's not how it is no more. It was like that before. It used to be that way, and then they felt like, okay, I think somebody trying to do something to me, but because everybody not playing fair, and when I mean fair, meaning let's stay alive, let's just get this out the way and stay alive. Ain't everybody not thinking like that no more. So most people will go into survival mode, and they say, I'm not I'm gonna do them before they do me, type shit. So I think that's why people put that in their head, like, let me go ahead and do it like that, because I can't take a risk of them getting me. It ain't no difference than when we talk about these cop situations, and they always feel like they had to do it because just in case you do them. So they wanted to pull the trigger first. I mean, it's a risk. If you got that to your use, and you don't use it, you can be the one that take that L, man. I mean, that's just the reality. Everybody not gonna play fair. That's just real.
I had to go ahead and pin that comment real quick. But he was responding to a question I asked.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be a common understanding on what is considered as provocation and protect the property of someone who is the property. Tell them to leave or else, and they say they made the choice. See, that's what I'm saying. Like there has to be, some sort of understanding on, because what you might think is danger might not be danger to me. And I mean, I I just wish they all had just stayed where they were. To be honest with you, like, so what? You got called a bitch, or you got called a hoe, or whatever the call. So what? Is it really that serious for you to get dressed? So you telling me you were so angry that you consciously looked to your left or to your right, saw your children watching TV, eating food, probably playing, laughing, just being kids. You're telling me that you were so angry being on this that those words infuriated you that much that nothing else mattered. All that was going on around you, nice that nice house, that nice piece of property you got, those beautiful kids you got, none of that stuff mattered. All because of
Cellular device.
some cellular device, because of some words that you exchanged between someone else. That was the tipping scale.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you said you called me a B, or you said you'll whoop my ass, or you said this, or you said that. Yep, fuck my life, fuck my kids' life, fuck everybody else's life around me. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something about it. You're not going to get away with that. I'm going to teach you a lesson. You're going to remember my name. Fuck that.
But
Fuck,
you
fuck,
but you
fuck,
know what
fuck.
it is? It's the embarrassment. Going back to what she said, they should have stayed in the house, locked the doors, and called the police. And social media, uh, they should have took accountability for their actions and can't blame social media. But social media, being on that live, arguing on that live, it's like a respect thing. Like you got people looking at this. So if somebody say something to you, you don't want. It's just like before we had social media. If you're in school or somebody say something to you and they like you gonna let them just say that the instigators. That's what social media is. It's a big ass instigating app that put your reputation on the line, and then you gotta show up for the live because you got an audience looking at this. You got to respond, baby. You can't let them say that to you, and you don't go get your respect like that. It's the same. It's the same way. That's how I build up like that because you got an audience. I can't let my audience down. Let me go to her house and show her what's up, so I can back it up. I got an audience watching me. So if I show my audience what I do, then they give me some more likes. So you done lost your life. People not playing out here. That was some real life shit. You went to these people's house for your audience. You see what I'm saying? To show off for your audience. People not playing out here. People don't need an audience to take you out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what made them make the drive over there. To be honest, because they had a live, people was watching. The, you don't know what words was said before they made that drove to her house, but I guarantee you, she had to say something to them two women that fucked with their pride, and it was some embarrassment. They was taking a lot of embarrassment on that live, and they had to go get their respect. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's just like I said, just like when we was kids, we in school, and you got a crowd. You gonna egging it on. You gonna let them get away with that and all that. That's all that was. That's what that Facebook Live was. You know what I'm saying? The audience that make you go do something, take it to another level when you should have used wisdom at a time like that. And that's all. That's how that situation got worse. The damn audience. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
We can only speculate. I wouldn't doubt that it was a combination of everything you just said the last half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I don't doubt. I don't doubt that for a second. It's a repeated cycle. It's always the same thing. And then you are absolutely right. Everything he does that coming down physical altercation or whatever. Maybe just because people's feelings are just too sensitive. People don't have tough skin. I have to prove myself to be labeled as a man. I have to prove myself to be labeled as an adult woman. That's the only way I'm going to get my respect. I resort to something that's going to continue to deconstruct and, and decolonize my population. That's the only way I'm going to make a name for myself. My name is all I have. If I don't do this, who am I? What's the point? No one thinks that walking away has any value to it, or just not saying anything makes you lesser than the other person. Everything is everything seems to revolve around having an inferiority complex.
trying to be accepted by they trying to be accepted by an audience that don't really give a damn about them. To be honest, you showing off for the for the app, for the gram or the Facebook. Like, for what? They not paying y'all to do this. You're not getting paid to go over that girl house and beat her up like that. I mean, I don't know what they thought they was getting extra. You know what I'm saying? It was uncalled for. But now putting it all together, it does play a role in why they got killed like that. That was a serious situation. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no difference than do you in school, whatever. You don't want to be labeled as no punk. Somebody said he a bitch ass nigga or something like that. Like, yeah, you got to show up for yours. Like, nah, ain't nobody gonna be turning me in here. Nah, yeah, peer pressure is a motherfucker. Yeah, you getting pressed out because you want to handle yours and solve yours a different way than somebody else want to, and you getting labeled. And that's what the pressure was on that live. If you don't react in a certain way, you're gonna get labeled by your peers. You getting labeled. You go to her house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You tell her to come out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We want to see this violence. We want to see this retaliation for what she said. Yeah, you make her stand on that and all that. And all that was for what? For you to get murked on live camera. That stuff crazy. It ain't it ain't worth nobody's life. You know what I'm saying? Being encouraged or being influenced by what somebody else think of you. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta represent yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got responsibilities. There's motherfuckers out here that's got older, got a little older, got families and shit, and they still acting like they don't have none of that. They still hanging with people that don't have the same uh, maturity and shit that they got, getting them pulled up. You hang with people that don't see life the way you looking at it. That's the problem out here. It's twisted. You need to get with somebody that's on your level. You need to get with somebody that's trying to move forward like you are, not somebody that's trying to go back. And then on the other hand, you need to be showing people the way instead of staying stuck like that. Caring about what people think, showing off for the live and shit. I mean, come on, man. It's a lot more serious things that adults got to deal with than you know try, trying to boost their ego by going over there to prove themselves, pumping themselves up. That's some high school, junior high shit. Like, them days over with. Them days over with. Unless them people came to me and tried to get at me and all that, I'm leaving it alone. I'm leaving it right with wherever the argument was. I'm gonna leave it right there. Ain't no point to escalate that. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably looking at the comments at somebody that's not even physically there, and you letting that get you hyped. No, I gotta go over it now because they said this. Or they no, hell no. It's not worth it. They didn't go over there with you. They was just commenting. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's crazy. And it shouldn't have happened, bro. It shouldn't have happened. I think people need to really learn from that shit. Stop getting stop making that shit their reality because that shit is fake. It's not really reality. That's the truth. All these situations that people be recording out here, that shit happened before this shit was even invented. Them situations been happening back in the day. You know what I'm saying? People who came over people's house and altercations been broke out. You don't need to put everything on a recording to prove to who? Who you trying to prove it to? You know what I'm saying? People need to get a grip, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth all that. Y'all, them women had kids and they should still be here, man. It's sad. It's a sad ass world.
Yeah. Um, that part about the whole thing is this this is coming from our own people.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's just like every time I see something like that, it's just like here we go again. Same shit, different
And
day.
if you listen closely, if you watch the video, listen closely. The girl, I guess the girl without the camera, she had got shot, and she was just kept looking up, saying, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." She was trying to make peace with the girl. She was trying to make peace with the girl, and it was just sad. It was just sad to hear that, man. Like, she didn't want to lose. They was fighting for their life. She didn't want to lose their life like that, man. Mm. And it's just sad.
Nope.
It's just sad to see that once you saying sorry and all that, it's too late. You know, it's like too little. You was trying to do it too little, too late, like that. Like the actions already been taken out. Fucked up, man.
Now, so I guess my yeah, this was a lot. Really a lot. Because these type of stories, man, I don't watch the news just because I get tired of seeing death, I get tired of hearing homicide, murder,
Mm-hmm.
people shot, dumb stuff. I just get tired of it, so I always just tune it out. But we need to wake up. A lot of us need to wake up and get out of our own way.
Exactly.
Let go of these demons, let go of this ego, let go of this pride. Maybe even need to step away from social media. Get some help.
Focus on our life. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people need to get some help, psychological, some spiritual help. It's okay to get counseling. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Admit that you're not okay, that you have things that you need to work with. We need to find a way to start healing and start creating better space and holding people who like this, you know, accountable. I mean, just looking at it in retrospect, you know, there has to have been a history, some form of history of violence of something, whether it was to this degree or not. Because obviously, the lady had a weapon, and if she's had a weapon, I doubt that was the first time she's ever used it.
Exactly.
Or it's been, you know, in some type of situation. And the ladies that unfortunately had their life like that,
Mm-hmm.
they had some things going on in their upbringing and in their life based off the characteristics gather that, they were in some type of repetitive lifestyle that always some type of drama and chaos at some level. These things don't just happen overnight. None of them woke up that day and decided this is going to be the last day. No one woke up and decided that everything was going to have to come. No one. I don't believe anyone, unless you already had it in your mind that you wanted something evil to come upon. I don't think no one was planning that. That was bone chilling. I felt a chill get down my spine just when you hear someone say they sorry. That's because they probably either they're trying to make it right with God before their soul leave their body, or they're saying sorry to the lady because it didn't have to go that far. Maybe they're just trying to. I don't know, bro. That whole situation.
Yeah. Yeah, it was disturbing. I'm gonna say that it was definitely some disturbing footage to look at that. That was disturbing. You know, I don't wish nobody to go out like that. And the fact that it could have been avoided makes it a lot worse than what actually happened. You know, could have been avoided. I mean, everybody. I think one of them was the older cousin. She's the older cousin, so it's like you already past your 30s and you still on something like this. I mean, I'll give the 20-something-year-old, I'll give her a little slack, but the older one, come on. She was the one supposed to have talked some sense into her younger cousin. Like, nah, we're not gonna do it like this. Y'all both was on the same thing at different, in different ages though.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, it got to stop. It got to stop.
Hey, look, man. I had no idea where this was gonna go. Before this attention, but just talking about it and just really letting it digest. It's unfortunate. It breaks my heart that anyone had to lose their life. It breaks my heart that these children are a part of a never-ending cycle that may or may not be broken because someone didn't step up and decide that enough is enough. We need to make something happen now. We have to stop this now. We have to do it. They're not going to do it. I have to. Nobody decided that. And then, if any of this was really going on social media and the comment section egging it on, that says a lot about the people, man. Are there really people? If it comes to that, to where you got people and no, it happens. People be in the comment section trolling and egging on fight.
Instigators. That's what it is. It's just like a big ass instigator act.
But
who can outdo who?
There's a bunch of adults encouraging the stuff that we trying to go against. Like
because they want somebody's reality to be their entertainment. This was reality, bro. And they looking at it like it's TV, like it's a script. This shit ain't no script. That lady really came out and did that. You know what I'm saying? That's the saddest part about it, right there. People get amused off, you know what I'm saying, it's amusement off people's livelihood going down like that. They looking at that as straight entertainment. And that's terrible, man. That's terrible. We got to wake up big time. We got to stop this because like you said before earlier, it really wasn't that deep. I swear it wasn't. For you to go over this woman's house, come on, man. It wasn't. And then you was recording the whole time. Nah, it couldn't have been that deep. There ain't no way you can make me believe it was that deep. If y'all couldn't end that off words, then I mean, just don't say nothing else to me. Then I'm not gonna come all the way over to your house to prove a point for some people that getting a kick out of this. Instigators. That's all it was. To satisfy their entertainment or their appetite, looking at it. It wasn't right. You they risk their lives, their families is all messed up because of these senseless decisions. Gotta stop being under the influence.
Under the influence of dumbass.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
R.I.P. man. God bless their loved ones too.
Oh yeah.
Shit. I'm glad we had this conversation. Thank you for bringing that to my I know it happened. I don't like to really think about it, but I know it's everywhere. Reoccurring thing. I'm glad we was able to talk about it. I thank you for your insight, for your point of view, being honest about for the research.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you to everybody that came in with their thoughts on the situation. Truth be told, by next week, people aren't going to remember this. The folks that were in the comment section, they ain't going to care too shit about what happened to them two ladies. That whole world, they're going to go on to the next live stream and do the same ignorant stuff and something else.
And watch people just fuck their life up and get amused by it. That's the devil, man. That's the devil, man. And I mean, they really be anticipating fuck up like that. Shit, sad, man.
I think that's something that I'm gonna talk about that on another show.
But the saddest part about that amusement and how they be eating on that negativity, that you could take that same energy and help somebody go ahead and go up. You know what I'm saying? And encourage somebody and be happy for them if they do well and all of that. Like you could take that same energy and watch somebody's life get better than seeing somebody's life go down like that. That shit crazy. That's the sad part right there. If they wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But they rather be entertained by the negative situations and the drama that consumes in social media because everybody want to get their laugh on. But people losing their life ain't funny. There's no amusement in that. Those families is affected, and they're gonna be affected for life. So It's at the end of the day, it's not worth it, people. It's not worth it. Just, I mean, you have an altercation. If you can't come up with a solution with your mouth, and y'all exchange some words, and you can't come up with a solution to solve it, we you know we get a little older. We getting older people. It's not worth getting killed. It's not. Just ignore it. Y'all don't gotta speak. Whatever. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying, and that's the best way to go ahead about it, man. Real talk.
All right, y'all. I heard it here. Shout out, shout out to everybody that hung out with us tonight. It's dope, real dope. I learned from a lot of people in here today. Glad we got some adults in here, man, that know how to conduct, carry themselves such as, and we not all over the place just spit random rhetoric that has no purpose, no anything. So, uh, if you're not following this brother, I definitely suggest that you do. As you can see, he's a very wise person. I think we've all experienced our share of pain, joy, and everything all around us. So no one's oblivious to how life is. It don't get talked about enough on here. So we're going to talk about whether there is consequence or not. Well, a lot of you that's rocking with us, pulling up, the support, we appreciate you. We're going to keep on going as long as, we're committed to do it. We're going to be back.
I appreciate you too. I was gonna say I appreciate you, for once again sharing the platform and making it available so we can discuss these topics. And I mean, you know what you do. You're a real deep and soulful dude. You know what I'm saying? You're a hell of an artist. You know what you do. You real good at what you do. Keep doing it. Keep getting better at it. Don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is inspiring other people to do the same. And I just want you to keep being great, man. I appreciate you.
Same to you. I ain't think it's gonna be on here this long, man. It's gonna be a news chop it up, putting it up on YouTube. Y'all not following me on YouTube, go check out Last of the Right on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm here, TikTok as well. I'm gonna be chopping this up, making clips and everything. I know people might want to fast forward to the part of the topic. So, because they don't really let me post long videos on here anymore. Definitely go sub to the channel if you can share this out. We'll be back here tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another banger on the way.
We got another hot topic we wanna go over. So yeah, it's gonna be something to tune into. Believe it.
Yeah. Go ahead and sign us out, but
Yeah, it's been. It's been, like I say once again. It's been a pleasure to talk about these things, man. Because, like you said in the beginning, these things don't get talked about, and that's why I'm on here, to talk about the untalkable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad we was able to do that again, and I just want to keep doing it.
That being said, just no cap all world defense,
6
six
rings.
rings in 28. Signing out. Y'all have a blessed evening. See y'all on the flip side.
All right, y'all be safe.